The last time I saw her face, her eyes were bathed in starlight and her hair long. The last time she spoke to me, her lips were like the scented flowers inside her invention forest. Oh, but that was so long ago that I could scarcely feel the way I felt before. And if time could heal the wound, I would tear the threads away, that I might breathe some more. The last time I walked with her.
Oh yeah, baby. Last time I saw her. Can you believe who I'm hanging out with? It's Kojak, man. Telly. Yeah.
The morning sun, a voice that called to everyone.
Fantastic.
She walked her.
Fantastic. Who loves you, baby? I do. All right, let's go. Kojak. Yes. The late great Telly Savalas. Rest in peace. Passed back in 1994. Been gone for a while now. Colton, I want you gone. You're in my chair. It's not going to work. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, buddy. Just settle. Cool your jets, as the saying goes. These shorts happening here, yeah. Summer, I'm wearing shorts. Yeah, so we're back at the Utica Club. Took a break last weekend. Went a little higher end with the blue ribbon, but we're back in the saddle. Official meeting of the Utica Club here in session. Colton's here, of course, in attendance, and myself. So Friday cheers, and Telly Savalas is here too, not to be missed. Oh God, it's hot. I'm not going to complain about heat, man. I was freezing my ass off just a week ago. So right here, yeah. So I remember, if you were a child of the '70s like I was, well, I was literally a child. I was born in the late '60s, but I remember '70s television very well. And my dad used to watch all these cop shows, like Kojak was one, Banachek, Columbo, Banachek, Belichick, no, not Bill Belichick. Football humor. Anyway, yeah, so the cop shows were a thing. Hawaii Five-0, right? Bookham Dano. All those shows I can remember. And so this guy, who knew that he was a singer too? Well, sort of. I listen to a lot of college radio still, so I listen to this station from UC Berkeley, University of California at Berkeley, and they have a really good station called KALX. There's a free app, look it up. So I'm always streaming that. I have my Bluetooth going, whatever I'm doing in the car too. And it's just weird, eclectic tunes that you just don't hear anywhere else. And so I look at the playlist one day, I'm like, what is that song? It's kind of nice. It's kind of like a mix of Andy Williams meets Lee Hazelwood in a dark alley, and, you know, they form a collaboration, and it comes and sounds like this. Anyway, it's, yeah, you heard it. It's all right. So I just heard that one song. It was called Last Time I Saw Her. And I thought, oh, yeah, I'll put that on my want list. I'll never see it. I looked it up on Amazon. People wanted ridiculous money for it. I got it for $5. I went into Revolver last Saturday. I go to the recent arrivals, or new arrivals, whatever you want to call it. There's this big area, about 6 bins. It's all stuff that's just been traded in. So I hadn't been to Revolver in probably almost a month, if you can believe it. So I was cheating on them over at the Black Dots record store. But I went in, so it was a lot of stuff I hadn't seen. And of course, this for $5, mint condition. It was actually still in the shrink wrap, but it had been played. It was open. But yeah, it's a beauty. There's the Greek American stud right there. He's just leaning on that lamppost saying, hey, baby, well, who loves you, right? I do, Kojak. So anyway, what a gem that is. That's Telly Savalas kicking things off for a Friday Cheers. Yes, at the Utica Club. Really high end, as always. So anyway, the NHL playoffs are on. I'm not, it's sacrilegious to say it, being originally from Canada. I'm not a big hockey guy. I'll watch a bit, but it's just not something I'm comfortable talking about because I have minimal knowledge. But, you know, of course, it's very popular. And, yeah, I like watching football. But I'll probably watch a bit of this game tonight because before the game starts, They're reunited. They're playing a 3-song set. It's Triumph right here. So it's the Edmonton Oilers versus the Florida Panthers, game 2. And there they are, right? Of course, Rick Emmett, Gilmore, and Mike Levine right there, the bass player. And of course, Gilmore on drums, sometimes vocals. He would share the vocals with Rick. And so they're doing it. And I heard this quote from Rick Emmett, I think it was recently. He said, you know, we couldn't get on stage at this point in life and do like 10 songs because he said it might get ridiculous and one of us might fall off the stage. Because these guys are all, well, I know Mike Levine just hit 75, the bass player, and he's looking at, right? But anyway, speaking of Mike Levine, here he is in his younger days with, yes, of course, it's yours truly. It's MGK Boston right there in Toronto. This was in some penthouse at the Weston Harbor Castle Hotel. So I got into the Juno Awards, which was like it's like the Canadian Grammy Awards thing, and somehow caught my way into an after party for some record label. I think it was BMG Sony, and Sebastian Bach was there. I have another picture with him. I'll save that for another video. But I have this in a nice frame that's in storage, and same with the Sebastian Bach one because he was at the same party. So I talked to Mike Levine for about 15 minutes. That was pretty cool. Pretty awesome right there. No Photoshop there. This is a lo-fi slideshow, as Embryonic Robot calls it, and I'm not fooling. They've got a few slides today. So anyway, there we are. And yeah, I remember talking to him. His wife was like an editor at Now Magazine. Embryonic would know that. That was like a free weekly. Well, it's no longer, but it was very popular. It was like an entertainment magazine, free like newspaper. It would come out every Thursday. You could look through it, all the club ads, see all the concerts that were in town. Really, really good, you know, before the internet. And yeah, so anyway, Mike Levine, celebrity sighting here with yours truly. Yeah, Triumph, right? Lay it on the line, man. So anyway, that's what they're going to do tonight. They're going to play that 3-song set, and I know it's one of the songs will be Lay It on the Line, right? And speaking of Lay It on the Line, it's right on this album here. I think this is their 3rd release from 1979. Of course, it's called Just the Game. This was one I just picked up probably in the past couple months. It was one I had back in my middle school days. I was listening to Triumph grade 7 and 8 when I was a kid, and it was around this period in 1979, so I would have been 11 years old. There, now you know how old I am. I'm always giving it away, my age. And anyway, yeah, really solid record. And I thought this came in a gatefold, and I was right because Steve at A's for Alice, he told me that. And yeah, on the inside, when you open it up, it was like a board game, like because the album's called Just a Game. So roll the dice and you can rock and roll at the NHL right here in Triumph, right? Yeah, so this one, and then 2 albums after this one, I forget the one that came right after that, but then this was leaped over that. This one, and there was another one, and then there was this one, Allied Forces. There they are right there, right? And they're Allied again, playing tonight. That's going to be awesome. It'd be great to see them. I only saw them in concert once, but it was a really good show. Harlequin was the band that opened for them, another Canuck band. I think they were, Harlequin might have been from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Someone can correct me on that if I'm wrong. Maybe, Mark over at Twanger's Turntable, he'd know a lot of cool Triumph trivia. That's a cool shot of them on the stage right there. Yeah, of course, this thing kicks off with Fight the Good Fight. Yeah, just really solid record. Fool for Your Love is Magic Power. And then Air Raid, that one, like a 1.5 minute intro. It's got like these jets are flying around, and then it goes right into Allied Forces. Really, really awesome. That's my favorite Triumph album. Really solid. And yeah, so there's just a couple of Triumph albums celebrating that reunion that's happening tonight. There, tune on in. And if you don't, well, maybe listen to some Eddie Grant. This was a Black Dots purchase. This pretty much completes my Eddie Grant collection. I was a big fan when I was a kid, and I still like it. It's just pop reggae. Put it on in the background by the pool, whatever. People are dancing around, having a good time. It's just party music for fun in the summer, right? When you're having a Utica club, and you can do it with Eddie Grant. Really good. So anyway, yeah, so that one from 1986, the release on that one, and it's called Born Tough, right? He was born tough. There's Eddie. This is another one from Black Dots, Daryl Hall and John Oates. This is probably their 5th album, I think. Right before they got super poppy. This is 1977. And yeah, it's still kind of more of that Philly soul sound before they went crazy pop in the 80s, early 80s, when they really became a huge deal. This is still pretty good, but it's funny at the back here. There's Oates. He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm going to sue you. Like, if you could get in a time machine right here, say, I'm going to come back and sue you. Anyway, I can't remember. Maybe it's Hall that's suing Oates, or it's Oates that's suing Hall. I can't remember. Either way, the two of them hate each other now. It's kind of hilarious because they were a thing for so long. Nice insert there. There's the guys right there. Sunglasses at Night. Yeah. All right. He did that before Corey Hart did it. Daryl Hall. Steve Forbert. This was his 5th album. And this is right before he got kicked off the Geffen label. He'd been signed to that label at this point. Singer-songwriter, kind of poppy guy. There he is. Cool dude. Originally from down south, I think from Mississippi, ended up in New York City. He was like a street performer and got a deal. Very unique sound. I'm a big fan. So this is, like I said, his 5th album. Now I have the first 5. And he's back still recording. I was going to go see him in Boston. It was right on the cusp of sort of the end of COVID, and you still had to wear a mask and all this stuff. And I'm like, I couldn't do it. And so I skipped Steve Forbert, but maybe he'll breeze on through Buffalo, City of Good Neighbors, and maybe he'll play this song on the Streets of Town. That's a real Streets of This Town. Really good. So it's typical Steve Forbert. It's just like all his other stuff, like Jackrabbit Slim, his debut, whatever. It's really good stuff. And so that was like a $3 record at Black Dots. And yeah, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, another one here. So this was $2. They have a $2 section for Jack. It's reserved for Jack at the Vinyl Martini. And yeah, I know David Atkinson, he likes a deal, so he'll probably be diving into those bins too. $2, really good shape too. So I'm, like I've said, I'm not in the business of duplicating my CDs, but we all do it. We say we won't, but then we do. And for $2, I wasn't going to just leave this line there because I'm a huge Stephen Stills fan and a huge Neil Young fan. And when they get together, it's really good. And this one's no exception. It's Long May You Run. And of course, the title track, really great. 12/8 Blues, Fontaine Bleu. And Ocean Girl's another really good one on here. So I'm trying to look at the other band members. Joe Vitale. I think Joe Vitale was who band was he in with? Joe Walsh. I know that name, Joe Vitale, on drums here. But anyway, no other names to note on this. But of course, Neil Young and Stephen Stills, right? Because it's the Stills Young Band. Here's one. Let's head east, right? Well, we're pretty east here in Buffalo. So these guys were sort of some Midwestern U.S., kind of like Kansas, if you know the band Kansas. I didn't know much about them. I did know this one song, and this is really the only one I knew on here. Never Been Any Reason. That was a huge FM radio, commercial classic rock FM radio staple here in the States. You've probably heard it, and you were like, didn't know who the band was. Well, it was Head East. So this is a double live album, and I was in the store, and I'm like, I don't know, and it was $5. So I was like, I'll take a chance. I went on allmusic.com, and they said, although Head East had, 4 or 5 studio albums leading up to this double in the late 70s, 1979 this came out. They said this is like a greatest hits live. So I thought, what the hell? And it's 2 record set. And there's the band down the side here. I don't know no one I know, but anyway, look at that cover. So anyway, on this note, right, this hot chick, immediately I thought Jackie Brown. Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown. That's not Jackie Brown. It's Bridget Fonda, right? But anyway, there she is. She plays the hippie chick, surfer chick, Melanie, in that great film. I don't want to say that came out around 1995, 1996. Just incredible. And you can see there's the back of Robert De Niro's head. And sitting on the couch to the other side of De Niro is Samuel L. Jackson. He played the Ordell character. And of course, Robert De Niro played the Lewis character. And so stories like Samuel Jackson's like a gun dealer, and he's got this apartment on the beach, Redondo Beach, which is really close to where we lived, and on Huntington Beach, just a bit north, kind of between Huntington Beach and Los Angeles is Redondo. It's Redondo or Hermosa. Those two are side by side. But anyway, they're hanging out in the apartment, and God, don't they look alike, right? Check that out, right? Separated at birth. So in this scene, she just sits around getting high all day, and the Samuel L. Jackson character, Ordell, he's like, bitch, it's only 2:00. You're gonna lose all ambition. You keep smoking that shit. And she said, not if your ambition is just to get high and watch TV. So there, right? She had her ambition, she had her goal, and she's achieving it right there as she's smoking one right there. And there's a weed poster behind her that's just priceless. So great movie if you've never seen it. Jackie Brown. Maybe I'll leave that clip of that scene there with Ordell, and it's really funny. I'll leave that in the description below, and you can see for yourself. But yeah. So anyway, what else here? Speaking of hot chicks, now right on. Let's take a trip over to London. Cheerio. Saying to all my British friends. British friends coming to Buffalo include David Atkinson. Don't know, there may be others sneaking on the plane. We'll soon find out. So anyway, here she was. I don't know if she recorded this album in London. Kind of makes you think she did because she's on that double-decker bus driving around looking good. So this was produced by her longtime collaborator, Lee Hazelwood. And usually when you see the Nancy Sinatra stuff, it looks like it's been dragged behind a car down a dirt road and just thrown with a stick of dynamite. But no, this one's in good shape. And again, this was a $5 record. This was at Revolver last Saturday. And of course, she does that duet right there with Lee Hazelwood, Summer Wine. Just a real great, really excellent song. In the same vein of Telly Savalas, I'll give you Lee Hazelwood. So check out that tune there, Summer Wine. It's a duet with, like I said, with him and Nancy. It's great, right? What else we got here on Petula Clark tune here, Wishing and Hoping. That's a good version she does on here. It's just fun. Yeah, it is. Look at no more speculation. It was recorded in London. There, I can validate that fact. Cheers to me on a Friday. Cheers. Cheers to Melanie. Oh, God, looking good. Did not age well, or Bridget. Didn't work out. Anyway, what else do we got here? Donnie Iris. Kind of like this power pop. He was an American dude, I think. I only knew the song Aaliyah from when I was a kid. For $3, it was worth it just for that song, and it's in mint condition. The rest of it's just kind of, more of the same. You hear the song Aaliyah, but it's good. He was a good guitar player. I think he's dead now. This was 1980, and yeah, not much more I can tell you. Kind of cool cover on that, right? There, he's having a dart, warming up his lungs. And there you go on the MCA label. So yeah, there you go. There's some vinyl finds. And then we have a little mail call. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Shout out to my friend Eric and his beautiful wife Joy. They're always tooling around New England because they live there. And they're my old neighbors back in Natick, Massachusetts. Going to be seeing them in the coming months once we're settled in our house. So yeah, cheers to you, Eric and Joy. Speaking of Joy, I was looking, so I had this shoebox that somehow made it to the apartment here with a bunch of photos that we hadn't filed. And I showed a couple of photos, I think, last week. Here we are doing karaoke, right? This was a celebrity cruise. We took wonderful cruise line. We went down, it was from New Jersey to Bermuda. That's probably 12 years ago at this point. Doing some karaoke. We didn't do Breaking the Law. Caroline doesn't like Judas Priest. I think we did at that point. We probably did some Miley Cyrus song. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Katy Perry too. Maybe did that. There we are again, right? Live on stage. Look at that shirt. My shirt's all different cocktails. So that's a pretty cool shirt. Here's me and Patty. She's my cheerleader. Doing some, I don't know, that wasn't a marathon. That was like a 15K run somewhere in New England. Probably about 2014. It's been a while. There I am. Running up that hill, just like the Kate Bush song. I'm doing it, and I'm going up that hill, running up that hill. So anyway, that's a Friday cheers. Say, go Edmonton Oilers, go Triumph, rock it out tonight. One more time, boys. She just deserves it. It's Melanie, right? Fantastic. Y'all, a couple of Cheech and Chongs over there. That's Samuel Jackson talking to Melanie and Lewis. Classic. Friday cheers. Another week. All right, we'll see you in the next video.